All right, it's Power 92. We are #1 in the streets today. Another special guest in the studio, Janelle Monae. Make some noise.
Yeah. Hello. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. This is exciting. It's the first time I've ever talked to you. This is the first time. Have you ever been to Power 92 before?
Maybe. If it was at another location.
Maybe it was.
But
maybe it was
a different vibe. I haven't been here.
Oh, we're excited to have you here. So thank you for joining us. And you came on a. It's not that bad outside, but it is going to snow later.
I know.
It is going to snow later.
Figure out how we're going to get out.
Okay, you need to
hit
it before it comes down. But we're just a couple days out from Dirty Computer. How does it feel that this is about to drop soon?
Nerve-wracking, exciting. I'm ready.
Like, you ready for it?
I'm super excited. Yep, April 27th. It's out everywhere. And I worked my ass off. You know, I went through a lot to get it finished, and you know, I just hope that people feel the hard work and the love that was put into the project.
What kind of work did you put through into this project? Because
emotional
I know
work.
there's let's talk about it.
Emotional work. I mean, you know, if you strip away the makeup and, you know, artistry, I'm a young African-American woman. You know, I grew up in the Midwest to working class parents. My mom was a janitor. My dad was a sanitation worker. My stepdad, who's just like my dad, worked at the post office. My grandmother picked cotton in Aberdeen, Mississippi. Then she worked for over 25 years serving food at the county jail. So I grew up in a very service-oriented family. And you know, there are things that deeply affect me when I see on TV, when I see the leader of the free world and this administration speaking, you know, as though they don't care about people like my parents. You know, you see right now the poor staying poor and the rich staying richer. That 1% is in control. When I see you know, women's rights being trampled on, you know, those in a position of power trying to take away our agency. When I see, you know, my brothers and sisters in the LGBTQIA community being treated like second-class citizens and like they don't exist, those things bother me. So that's just to name a few. So I wanted to make an album that celebrated us, that you know, that let us know, you know, that we're seen, we're heard, and we have something to look to. You know, from my personal experiences, they may not be like yours, but this is an album where I thought about those who are oftentimes marginalized and pushed to the margins of society because of who they are.
Thank you for using your platform to talk about those things, because a lot of people who don't have big platforms, they try to and they're not heard. So, like, I love that you dedicated this album to that, because it's important in this time. And I feel you on the whole, your parents, because my parents are from Egypt, and they had to start a whole new life here in Chicago. And when I tell you I did not see them growing up, I did not see them growing up. But they, I mean, like, I think about, like, where I'm at right now, or where you're at right now. Like, they busted their asses off to make us who we are today.
Absolutely.
And it sucks that they don't get acknowledged or appreciated.
Absolutely, and I just think that it's important more than ever that we stick together as much as possible. I mean, I think that we're almost in midterm elections. I think it's so important that we vote. We see what happens. You know, when we don't, we showed up, but we can do better. I think that we can absolutely do better, and we have the power to change this entire situation that we're in right now.
A lot of people hear that, and they hear us telling them, like, yo, vote, guys, for real talk, you gotta vote. So can you talk about the importance of it and why it shouldn't just be something you hear and it goes through one ear and out the other? Like, what would you say to the people who just feel like their vote doesn't matter?
That's a lie.
Right, it does. I mean, it is a lie.
It's absolutely a lie. I think that we got Barack Obama in office.
Hello.
You know, that did happen, regardless of if you supported him or not. You can just look at him as a person, and you got the sense that he cared. I mean, he cared about the people that I named, the LGBTQIA community, poor people, women. Like, he was absolutely trying to push in laws that really did support us and look out for us. I mean, sometimes we don't have, it's a lot of people out there, like you mentioned, that don't have platforms to say, hey, this is how my family is doing. We're in the hood right now. We're struggling. Like right now, I just read something that a Republican was saying that they wanted to take away welfare because the welfare fraud was really bad, and we should just stop the program altogether. Like, you want people to starve?
What do you think about the people who say, like, they should get drug tested first before they get put on welfare? I see that all over Twitter and things like that.
I just think that we have to further investigate situations. We can't just group everybody together and say, hey, you're black or you're white or you're poor and this is what you represent, and as a result of that, you know, we're not going to feed you, or we're going to put you through these rigorous tests. You have to ask why people are doing drugs in these communities. Why? What's going on? Like, what's going on with their mental health? What's going on in their lives? Like, further investigate how folks are in the positions that they're in. To tell somebody, even like, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Some of us don't even got boots.
You feel me?
You know? So
exactly.
Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I feel like so many people died also for us to be able to vote. Personally, I vote just so none of that goes, you know, in vain. My grandmother was a huge... I vote for my grandmother. My grandmother, you know, grew up in Aberdeen, Mississippi, like I said, and was picking cotton. And she had 12 kids, and she shared one pair of shoes with her 14 brothers and sisters. And she went through a lot. You know, she went through a lot. She's seen Kennedy pass. She's seen Dr. King pass. Like, she went through a lot. And for her, voting was important because she didn't have that right. You know, there's so many people that did not even have the right to, you know, to have a say-so in their democracy. And I think we do. I think that we see March for Our Lives. Like, we see this generation, our generation, is absolutely not letting up. And we're pressing... the people in the position of power on gun reform.
Absolutely.
Like, we're environmental issues. Like, it's just so important. And Yara Shahidi is somebody that everybody should follow online because she's given a lot of information on midterms.
Okay. Well, I know we don't have too much time with you because I know you're trying to beat the snow. But I want to talk about these 4 records. Thank you for sharing all of that, first of all. Because I want people to know how important it is.
That's really
because it really, really, really is. This dictates all of our futures, your kids' futures, everybody's futures.
Yes, our futures depend on it. That's the answer. Our future depends on it.
Thank you. Thank you. So, I almost want to jump straight to the vagina pants, okay? I got to keep it real. Pink, the whole concept of these last couple of videos that you dropped, I don't know, like, everyone's on a very concept-driven music video wave, and I've been like loving your stuff for a minute. I listen to yoga still all the time. Okay, awesome. I love yoga. So when I watch these videos, I'm like, who came up with the creative behind it? Who came up with the outfit choices? I love the sheer rose pants. I think it make me feel. Yeah. They're so dope. So how was that all a thing? How did it become a thing? Because there's so much behind all these videos and they're all very different.
Yeah, I have fun. I think just in general, I'm in a space in my life where, you know, I'm not pigeonholing myself or boxing in myself or allowing myself to think that I can't be free in expressing my artistry through fashion, through clothes, through music, through visuals. I always knew that I needed to make Dirty Computer, even before the Arcandroid.
Okay.
And I knew that it would be a more personal statement.
Okay.
And I think the message is clear, is just, you know, or I hope is clear, but it's about embracing what makes me unique, even if it makes others uncomfortable, and hopefully in turn, when people are watching it, in return, that you embrace what makes you unique, even if it makes others uncomfortable. I don't think this is the year or the season to hide, you know, yourself, or to not be proud to be a woman. And also, it's not the season to not unite with other women.
Yeah.
So I think Black Girl Magic inspired a lot of these decisions, and Carefree Black Girl. Like, I'm so proud. I love seeing women like Beyonce and Rihanna, and I can go on and on and on, just really being examples of what it means to choose freedom over fear. And I think that I've done that in the past, and I think I'm amplifying it even more.
How did you, before we wrap up, how did you branch out of that fear? and get it to the point where you're at right now? Because I think a lot of people get stuck there, and then it just discourages them and makes them not want to take that extra step to be powerful.
Well, you have examples. I mean, there are people doing it. You know, even if it's not me, you have so much to feel proud of. I mean, you have so many women, so many voices out there who are really walking in their purpose. From Lena Waithe to I can go on and on and on. Like there are some really great people that encourage me and inspire me. I think it's really understanding that freedom is not free. It comes with a price. You know, some people may jump off ship. Some people may not support you. But you have to love you. You have to know that you're ultimately gonna be living with yourself, and you have to understand that you should get comfortable with who you are. You owe it to yourself.
And to really
make sure that you're
too.
evolving and you're I think it's a personal journey. And once you realize that you have to actively fight for your freedom, like it's not going to just be there.
I hear you.
Like everybody is not going to always support and be like, yeah, girl, go ahead. You know, be your powerful, most loving self. And on those days,
you kind of have to be your own cheerleader.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I totally believe in that.
Oh my gosh, I love talking to you. You have so much insight. I love it.
I'm from Kansas City.
Yes, sir.
Kansas, right next door. So I love coming back here. Yeah, and I think when the album comes out, it'll come out with not just the album. It'll have a film that comes with it. Yeah, so people will call it a short film, or they'll call it like a visual album, but I call it an emotion picture.
Okay.
And we're working up something or putting something together that brings that visual experience to stage. Okay. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, I'm really
be a fun
excited
time
to see you perform. I've never seen you perform actually, so I'm excited for that. And then finally, could you plug your social media so everyone can stay connected with you and just in the know?
Yes, it's Janelle Monae, JANELLEMONAE, and that's on Twitter, that's on Instagram, that's on Facebook. And I'll be putting up like the times that you can watch Dirty Computer, like the emotion picture on TV. Okay. Actually, I think the night before the album comes out.
Perfect.
It'll premiere on some stations that I hope a lot of people have, and you can watch. So please follow me for those updates because I'm going to be announcing soon. Absolutely. Definitely do, guys, because there's a lot to look out for. Thank you so much for joining us in the studio, Janelle Monae. Make some